Oh my gosh, look at this shit. So my friends, welcome in another high gear video. Yeah. Today it's a special video where we are going to record the heavy duty bike wheelie practice, you know, how to do a wheelie with heavy bikes like this one, for example. Okay, look at this. I hope this bike is heavy enough for you. It has almost 200 kilos, so yes. Okay, welcome again. Now we are at the spot. There is the full straight road we need for the wheelie practice. Empty spot. Best is a big parking lot, because you can also lean on some side, you know, because here you cannot lean, you know, you gotta go straight. But this is what we have. And the good thing is I already know a little bit how to wheelie, you know. So my friends, today I'm gonna use my Insta360 to put somewhere here so you can see the rear brake, how I'm doing with the rear brake. As you can see here, my rear brake is totally twisted because of the little accident I had on the last ride. And but for you it is very important that you adjust the rear brake as you should for your feet or for your pose, you know. Best option is to be in line, you see, like this. So you use the meter and see if it is in the horizontal, you know. So I should have it something like this, but since it twisted on up because I fall, I have it a little bit higher. It is better to have it higher than lower, because when of course you are doing the wheelie, you lean back on bike from here to here, you know, from like that. And when you lean more back, you can't reach the rear brake anymore if it is not high enough, you know, if it is too low. So in this case you are going to crash. Yes. Okay, so second thing next to the rear brake is the clutch. Always use the clutch on heavy bikes, because heavy bikes normally don't have enough power to make a wheelie without the clutch. I also use the clutch boost every time on the light bikes, because I'm used to it. The only bike I sometimes don't need the clutch is trial, because it's so light you can do it without. Okay my friends, so here we are. First of all, yes, these bikes are heavy, but every bike can be put on one wheel. If not in second or third gear, that must be in first gear, you know. So here is the first gear, my friends. You see, easy shit. So before you are starting the training of a wheelie, you gotta get used to rear brake. You need to teach the brain what is rear brake doing and how you are going to do this. You are going to ride on idle, as I do now, and you will be pressing the rear brake. See? So this is how your brain is gonna learn that your feet is stopping the bike, you know. So next step is pick up the wheel and press the rear brake immediately, so it pops you back down. Like this. Left and right. What's up, man? So let's do this. Up and brake down. Up and brake down. So these two exercises are just to teach your brain what the rear brake is gonna do. So these are first two steps. The next step I would say is you should try to do wheelie without clutch boost. Okay, as you can see, in first gear my bike can do wheelie without a clutch boost, but I believe not in second one. Now we need a little more speed. You see, there is no way you do this shit without clutch boost in second gear. Okay, seems like I'm wrong and I am learning myself too today. I always do the clutch boost because you don't have to pull the throttle like a retard, you know, so your engine is actually more happy with the clutch boost. So I'm teaching here, so I'm telling you to use the clutch boost. Third or fourth step, the clutch. let me tell you that in first gear you won't really be able to do nice wheelie because it's very responsive, you know. So let me show you. I know how to do it, but it's hard for me as well. You know, the RPMs are going high as fuck real quick, so you don't want to do this to your bike, you know. So second gear is mostly best for practicing, but not the easiest one. If you can't pick up the front wheel in the second gear, which is easier to do, you know, you need to shift it, and that's probably hard for the beginners. So what I would recommend is do a knee wheelie in second gear, like this. See that? It's gonna be very easy to pick up the wheel. When you are on the knee, you have much more control on the balance, because I don't know, you are just bigger. So yeah, this is how you're gonna learn that shit. Very easy, because it's easy to catch the balance and then you just tap the brake. Do the second gear. Do this. It's nice if you have something behind to stack your feet, and you're gonna pick it up easy. Look, just throttle, clutch boost. I didn't even have to use my body, my friends. So when you're going to learn to shift gears, you're gonna win it, because the knee and the third gear is the best way to get the balance to ride nice at normal speed, 50 kilometers per hour, you know. I usually put this one in second gear, clutch boost, like that, third gear, pick up and go. So another thing, how it is easier to pick up the wheel, it is standing. But I believe that many of you don't dare to do that shit because it's kind of scary. For this shit you need to have a pretty high handlebar, because otherwise you're all broken on the bike, you know, all like that, like a bug, you know. So yes, let me show you how to do the stand wheelie. You stand up, you always have the brake here, feet on the brake, and you go. You see, the brake is working.
As I remember, I can do the third gear wheelie with this bitch. Just you need enough speed.
So as I said, if you're gonna do correct clutch boost in first gear, you're gonna pick up the wheel without using your body. One thing we should not forget to mention is the fast wheelies. The wheelie I just did is for niggas, you know, because it's easier to do the balance when you're full throttling, you know. The real professional wheelie is slow RPMs, using the rear brake and catching the balance, catching the same speed all the time, you know. So let's try to do this in second gear, which is pretty tricky. So I said, second gear is pretty tricky, and this is not my bike, it's from my mechanic, you know, so I'm not really used to it. The foot always on the brake, always using it. More you use it, more control you will have. if you are riding on the pavement and you have shit tires, you know, you will have to use your body. You know, in any gear you're gonna try to do the wheelie. Look, because it's gonna free spin for you. Look, you see. So here in this case I love the second gear, which doesn't dig so much, and but and as you know, it's much harder to learn on the pavement or on the field. Because there are always some codes which are gonna fuck you up, you know. So, rear brake, clutch push, and for me, second gear. And the third gear for the ride. One also important thing at wheelies is you need to use your body. When you're doing the wheelie, you need to be ready to stand up, you know. Sit like that.
Yes, this is how it's gonna get the balance with the body, you know.
As you see, I just tried a little bit and I was catching that balance like nothing. Sometimes I even have to remember myself to do that. You should not just sit tight on the bike and wait for the throttle, you know. It's also in the body. A lot of things is in the body. Don't do So my friends, I don't know, I hope I didn't forget anything, but this is pretty much it. So now I'm gonna show you some bonus stuff, which is gonna be one hand wheelie, but I need to put this on the other side, so you're gonna see the trick.
So my friends, now I'm gonna show you how to do the wheelie with one hand. Some people do it without what I'm gonna show you. I don't know how they do it, but it's, for me, I feel very dangerous without doing that. So, look at the head. I mean, sorry, look at the leg. It's going this way. So you catch yourself like that when you're leaning back, you know. But this one is a little bit tricky. On KTM it's much easier. Here I have some equipment for the stand and that shit, man. So yeah, let me show you. Very easy to do with one wheel. So now we're gonna try without the foot. You can do it, but it's not that safe. What can I say?
My friends, thank you for watching. If you have any more questions about how to do anything, ask me down in the comments. Share your opinions, what else you want to see, what else you didn't learn. And yeah, thank you. Subscribe, like, share, and see ya in another video.